Hello, everybody. Good day. Dami here. You're welcome to my platform. Today, we'll be talking about something different, something a little bit personal, something close to home. You know, as a proud Nigerian, you know, I, I promised myself that I was not going to get into this, but with what we are seeing, it is inevitable that I should just lend my own voice with all those that are clamoring for justice in Nigeria. Now, what brought me to this point is I just watched um, a small tribute to Honorable Justice Chukwudiku Okuta. And when see some of the people that said things about him, wow. Now, should I say, taking it further to today, now seeing what's happening, where hmm, lawyers and judges, they have what they have turned Nigeria into. Let me go back to Justice Chukwudiku Okuta a while before I talk about this, our current crop of judges. Now, those were the days where judiciary was indeed the last bus stop for every common man seeking redress. You're confident that when you go there, money will not buy you the judgment. It's the truth that will set you free. And those were the days where men were indeed men. And I'm not saying we didn't have corrupt judges then, but it was not as it is right now. You know, they gave judgment based on its merit. That's why today his children, grandchildren, and great grandchildren, they can walk up with their heads high. They can tell people that I am the son, I am the grandson or granddaughter of Honorable Chukwudiku Okuta. But he died ages ago, and today we still remember his name. I bet you some judges today, their children and their grandchildren will not want to be associated with them based on the part they played in delivering justice today. We can see what happened in Rivers State, where people came out and said, we are no longer in a party. And it's all over the media space. Yet, a judge will now say he does not hold water. Oh my goodness me. You're seeing all the multiple of evidences brought out, yet see what the Court of Appeal, see what the Supreme Court, the judgments they are bringing out. I want to say something that my daddy told me that stuck with me. Now, some years back, I was a guy that repairs his generator who happens to be my friend. The guy gave my father a particular date to come and fix his generator. But on that day, he didn't come. So my dad saw me the following day and asked me, um, Gilbert did not come yesterday. I waited for him. And meanwhile, I spoke with Gilbert that day. He said something came up and he had to attend to it. And because that one, they were paying him money, and he promised my dad, because he brought the generator, that he will service it for him. He was do the servicing. My father would just pay for the materials and so on. So when he told me that, so I just transferred the information back to my dad, and he said, after telling him, he said, he just told me, shut up your mouth. Your word should be your bond. You don't go about throwing your word, no matter what. When you say something, keep to it. He stopped. And I'm not saying I'm a righteous person or my dad is a righteous person or what, but today I can beat my chest anywhere and walk and say, I am the son of Mr. McLean Daminabo Puyo without any apologies. Now, what I'm seeing happening in Nigeria is so disheartening, where judges, politicians sit down and paint all white black, and they feel that nobody is watching, or they are fooling the international community, or they are fooling every other person. Every other person sees it, and they all know, making a mess, of everything. Right now, holding a green passport is like, man, my daddy told me that in the 80s, you don't need visa, that you just come to the airport, Heathrow Airport, they just ask you, you just go with your BTA and everything, they stamp it right there, and they give you. You can go to Harrod store or any other store to buy something, you pay in Naira, they give you, they accept it, and, give you what you want and everything. But today, because of stomach infrastructure, people are selling out their consciences just for what they can eat, what they inherited from their parents, the country they inherited from their parents. They are selling it away for stomach infrastructure. Excuse me. How can check out the killings? Now, human beings' life is what, even a chicken is even more valuable than a Nigerian life. Oh my God. When did we degenerate to this? When did we degenerate to this? I remember growing up as a young boy, or see a young man driving a Lamborghini there, and we coming to this street where we live. No escort, nothing. Look at what is happening. Look at what is happening. I just pray and believe that these judges, they will have a rethink and do what is right, and vote and give out judgments based on its merit and not their stomach infrastructure. Believing me that one day they will all retire to reap the benefits of their goodwill, what they did. Now, we sit down and see somebody saying that he will be the one to determine who is the next governor of a particular state. How ridiculous, how laughable that statement is. Please and please, to all my fellow Nigerians, to all good-meaning Nigerians, to the international community, to all those that matter, please and please and please, let us all do the right thing. Don't think of today. Think of the country you will be bequeathing to your children, children, children. Don't be in a haste to make rash decisions that tomorrow you'll be ashamed of yourself. We have so many past leaders that their children cannot call their names in the public, while there are some wonderful leaders that their children, Take Nelson Mandela outside. That name can take his children to anywhere, but do we have leaders of that caliber that their names can take their children places? How did we get to this point? How? To everyone that wants justice in Nigeria, to everyone that wants a free society, a better society where you can go to farm without being ambushed, by bandits, where kidnapping will be a thing of the past. Our heart, our prayers goes with you. As you go out to vote, vote your conscience. Don't allow politicians to use religious or what do they call it, regional, sectional bigotry to make you to vote in. Oh, it's from my tribe, I will vote my tribe. Do the right thing. Let's start getting in the right people to rule Nigeria. Let's start getting the right people to rule Africa, to make us proud, so that we can raise our heads high up and say, I am a Nigerian, and we are not ashamed of telling people we are Nigerians. May God help us all. Thank you. Well, this is my 2 cents contribution to all the struggles going on in Nigeria. My heart goes out to all of you that are fighting this fight. It's not easy. If you check every developed or civilized nation, they have one time or the other gone through this, and see them today enjoying the benefit of that struggle. Keep the faith, keep the fight going on. One day we will look back at all this and ask ourselves, did we actually go through this? May God bless the wonderful people of Nigeria. May God bless Nigeria. Thank you all. Dami here.